Come here. The thing that you hate the most about yourself is the thing that can make you the most powerful. One of my biggest insecurities was this birthmark I have on my stomach. When I tell you, I look in the mirror now and I forget that it's there. Like, I think it's cute, but I just don't, that's how like over it I am. But at the time, it was this thing that occupied so much energy in my brain. Even at like 6 and 7 years old, when me and my little cousins would turn the sprinklers on in the backyard and like do this fake little pool party, even though we didn't have a pool, I would literally only look for bathing suits that covered that birthmark. At one point, my grandma got me this cute little bikini and all my cousins were wearing bikinis and I refused to wear it. And she asked why. And I said, it's because of this little birthmark. And she kind of like tough loved me. I'm a product of women who love to tough love. So my grandma's like, what are you doing? What do you mean that's why? Like, she literally cussed my life out. God bless her soul. I love her. She would do the same today. Like, it frustrated her that I let something like that hold so much power over me and make me feel so insecure. As I got older, one of my biggest insecurities that wasn't physical was everyone in my life, like my siblings, my family, my parents, telling me that I talk too much. I was that kid that would literally get straight A's in school, and during parent-teacher conferences, the teachers would all tell my mom that I just talk too much or that I'm always talking to the person next to me. And for the longest period of time, honestly, up until a few months ago, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, it made me so insecure. Like, my sister would be like, you talk too much, just try, whenever you send me voice notes, I put it on 1.5x. And like, look, don't get me wrong, I think it's funny and cute. Like, I like that my siblings are that honest. And I like even like a little borderline mean. Like, that's just our relationship with each other. We make fun of each other. That's always how we've been. So it's not like I would sit and like go in my room and cry about it, but it gave me this perception that people don't want to hear what I have to say. I don't think any of my siblings thought that that was the impact it was having on me. I really don't think if any of them knew that that's the impact it was having on me, that they would even say that, because they probably saw me as someone so confident and self-expressive that them telling me that I talk too much is not gonna make me stop. But it did make me stop in some ways. So while I would still express with them, a lot of my hesitation of becoming a content creator was because I allowed those comments to become such a big insecurity in my head. So anytime I would turn on the camera, I would get in my head of like, oh my God, you're explaining this so long. Oh my God, nobody's gonna give a shit about what you have to say. So yeah, for literal years in my life, I wanted to be a content creator. And I allowed that insecurity of mine to hold so much power over me. It wasn't until I was watching this, I watch YouTube videos literally like in the shower. So I played this one YouTuber, she does a lot of talking head videos. This was before I really got into TikTok or like giving advice and doing a lot of the talking style videos. So I'm watching her, and Ahmed would notice that I watch her pretty much every time I'm in the shower. It's the Wizard Liz for anyone who knows her. And at one point he literally was just like, man, what the heck are you doing? Like, you do that. Nobody talks better than you. Like, why aren't you doing that? Because he knew how badly I wanted to start creating content and how I kept getting in my own way. And he saw how amazing she is and how impactful her videos are and how well received they are. And he was like, come on, like, nobody can talk better than you. Like, what's stopping you? If these people are getting on camera and talking and finding success, which good for them. Like, I applaud them and I love them and I still watch them. Why are you not doing that? Why are you getting in your head? And I let that sit for a little bit because I'm like, that was a really cute way of telling me I talk a lot, but it was like so real. And I thought about it and I was like, yeah, no one talks better than me. This is literally what I do. I talk, I express. And I want that. I'm good at it and I want it. So what's the problem? This is something I'm good at. This is something I want. Why aren't I, putting them together? Because normally if you have the skills and the desire, you just put it together and make something amazing. So when I really reflected on why, I realized like, oh, I'm letting this thing be an insecurity. Like, I'm letting these beliefs about myself stop me. I'm convincing myself that everyone feels the way my siblings feel, where they're like tired of hearing me talk. I'm convincing myself that there aren't people out there that want to hear what I have to say. But I have so much evidence against that because I used to be a teacher and my students loved hearing what I had to say. I've created content in the past about other things and people really resonated with my messages. At work, when I'm delivering a presentation, people always feel like they've learned so much with the way that I explain things. So I started giving myself evidence to the contrary. And I realized I'm just going to own up to this, even if I still am insecure, even if I still feel like some people are watching it like, oh my God, couldn't this girl just shut up? I'm like, who cares? I just had this profound thought after that of what if I leaned into this insecurity? And I want to show you what it manifested as. I made this cute little digital vision board and it says never shut up, because those words, they just kept ringing in my head of like, what if I just never shut up? What if I just take ownership of never shutting up? Because that's what my family would say, like, she never shuts up. What if I just leaned into that? And something so profound happened when I decided to not only accept that about myself, but even something more crazy, like embrace it and celebrate it. I got that energy back tenfold. It's crazy when you learn to make peace with the part of yourself that you used to hate or detest. Suddenly, that energy starts coming back to you. What's even cooler that I wasn't expecting, that I should have known, because it's kind of common sense, but it's like when you decide that you want to accept and embrace the part of yourself that used to be something you were ashamed of or insecure about, nobody's comments bother you anymore. And it just begs the question, was it ever about their opinion? Or was it about your opinion about yourself? And I'm not even gonna let that be a rhetorical question because there is a right answer. It's not about their opinions. This cute little birthmark, let's say I created content where my stomach was out. If every single comment was about how ugly my birthmark is, I would not care. Because I decided, I don't even remember when, at some point in my life, that I thought it was cute. This goes for you. If you don't like your nose, if you don't like your hair texture, if you don't like your body, whatever it is, it's so beyond just the physical. If you don't feel confident talking, if you don't like how shy you are, if you feel like the way you talk is too confrontational or too quote unquote aggressive, I want you to zoom in on the thing that you deem to be your biggest insecurity. The thing that is holding you back from like actually embracing yourself and doing what you want to do. I want you to zoom in on that one thing and then ask yourself, how can I accept this? Just for right now. Like, let's say it's something you hope to change about yourself. Ask yourself for right now, in the meantime, how can I accept this about myself? And if you're brave and if you're ready, how can I embrace this about myself? Because the acceptance and embracing are two very different things. You need to accept it before you can embrace it. But if you are brave enough, ask yourself, how can I celebrate this thing? How can I be in an energy where I celebrate the thing that used to make me the most insecure? The reason that that's so important is because you can't control how other people feel about you. You can't control how people interact with you. You can't control people having feelings about the way you communicate or the way you think or the way you show up, and whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. You just can't. There's too many people with too many opinions. You're never going to be able to control that. The only thing that you really have control of is how you feel about yourself. And it's like, when I'm saying it out loud, it sounds so obvious. But the biggest shortcut to being the most confident, vibrant version of yourself is to zoom in on those insecurities and find ways to either A, make peace with them, or B, even better, embrace them and celebrate them. Because what you will do when you do either of those two things is make everyone else virtually insignificant. You will literally dissolve all of their opinions. Like, it just won't matter to you. It will literally, you will be so detached from how other people feel about that thing about you, because you've already decided how you want to feel about it. Anytime someone's opinion about you, some random person's opinion about you, bothers you, it's not because of them. It's actually because you have not made peace with that part of yourself. When you make peace with that part of yourself, other people will not be able to tell you how to feel about it. And that is why your biggest insecurity can be your biggest superpower. Truly, like, not even me being cliche. The thing that you were most insecure about has the potential to be your biggest superpower. Not just in the literal way of me explaining like, okay, my biggest insecurity was that I talk a lot. Let me take that and like start a YouTube career. That's awesome, right? But that's not just what I'm talking about. It's not just about how you use that, but it's the idea that if you can de-weaponize something like your insecurity by making peace with it, your power is endless. If you can decide that the things that have historically taken power away from you, you can weld that power back, oh my God. Literally, opportunities are endless for you. Like that's so exciting. And you really do have that power to just decide how you want to feel about something that otherwise made you feel insecure. I'm just so excited to see the version of you who has made peace with the things that everyone might have been trying to tell you you shouldn't make peace with. I can't wait to see how much more powerful you feel, knowing that only you can determine how you feel about yourself at the end of the day. I love you so much, and as always, stay powerful, my love.